Is knee pain slowing you down? Swollen ankles, stiff hips, aching, joints? These aren't just signs of aging. They're gentle whispers from our body, letting us know something important is missing. You see, by the time we reach our 60s, our natural supply of collagen, the very protein that cushions our joints and holds us together, has dropped by more than half. But there's good news. We can help restore what time has taken, not with pills or surgery, but with something simpler food. What we eat each day can soothe inflammation, rebuild joint strength, and even ease long-standing pain. In today's video, we'll explore 8 powerful foods that support joint health by boosting your body's collagen. One of them contains 61% more collagen than anything else on Earth, and chances are you've never heard of it. Let's take this journey together and give your legs and your life another chance to move freely again. 8. Egg yolks. Why it matters for senior joints. Let's start with something familiar. If you've ever peeled a soft-boiled egg and noticed the golden yolk, you've seen one of nature's quiet joint supporters. Egg yolks don't contain collagen directly, but they're rich in the nutrients your body needs to make collagen from scratch. Vitamins like biotin, B12, and choline found in yolks are the raw materials your body needs for a tissue repair. Biotin in particular helps with skin hair and nails, but its real magic for seniors lies in how it assists enzymes that build collagen. Without these helpers, our body struggles to keep our joints lubricated and skin elastic. Quick fact, a study from Oregon State University found that seniors with low B vitamin intake showed faster joint degeneration than those who got enough, especially from food. Practical tip: the best way to enjoy egg yolks without losing their nutrients. Soft-boiled or poached. These methods keep the fat stable and make the vitamins more bioavailable. Worried about cholesterol? For most older adults, moderate intake of whole eggs is perfectly safe, especially if paired with fresh veggies or whole grains. Bridge from breakfast to snacks. Our next food is a tiny powerhouse you can carry anywhere. 7. Pumpkin seeds. Why it matters for senior joints. Pumpkin seeds. Those little green gems hiding inside your jack-o'-lantern leftovers are more than just crunchy snacks. They're packed with minerals like zinc and magnesium, which play a behind-the-scenes role in how your body produces collagen. You see, collagen isn't just injected into your joints. Your body has to build it much like a carpenter building a bridge, and every builder needs tools. Zinc acts like a supervisor. In this process, it tells your body when to start collagen production and helps regulate enzymes that keep your connective tissues strong. Magnesium, meanwhile, helps calm inflammation and keeps the surrounding muscles relaxed, so joints aren't under added pressure. One clinical trial published in the Journal of Trace Elements in Medicine and Biology found that older adults with higher zinc intake had better joint flexibility and less stiffness than those with zinc-deficient diets. Let's not forget another star ingredient, plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, which are abundant in pumpkin seeds. These fats fight the kind of chronic inflammation that makes knees swell and ankles ache. They may not replace fish oils entirely, but for vegetarians or those who don't enjoy seafood, pumpkin seeds are a wonderful option. Practical tip: want to unlock even more of their goodness? Soak raw pumpkin seeds overnight in water, then roast them gently the next day. This removes phytic acid, a compound that can block nutrient absorption and gives you a toasty, crunchy snack you can sprinkle on salads, soups, or yogurt. Linda, a 68-year-old viewer from Arizona, once shared her story with us. She said after just 2 weeks of snacking on roasted pumpkin seeds every afternoon, she noticed her hands no longer felt stiff in the mornings. "It's like someone took the rust out of my fingers," she told us. Smiling bridge. Let's move from crunch to something more surprising, hiding in a can. 6. Canned salmon with bones. Why it matters for senior joints. Let's talk about a humble pantry item that quietly carries a load of healing power. Canned salmon with bones. Yes, bones included. You might be surprised to learn that these soft edible bones are rich in natural calcium and type 1 collagen, the very same type that cushions our knees, hips, and shoulders. Many of us grew up thinking fresh fish was always better. But as we age, convenience matters. And here's where canned salmon shines. The slow pressure cooking process used in canning softens the bones, making them easy to chew and digest. These bones become an absorbable source of collagen and calcium, a combination. Your joints love, plus salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation. These fats calm overactive immune responses that cause pain and stiffness. According to a 2017 study in the Annals of the Rheumatic Diseases, omega-3s from fish reduced joint swelling in older adults by up to 40% over 12 weeks. Practical tip: make a salmon salad using canned wild salmon with bones. Mix with olive oil, lemon juice, chopped celery, and a touch of mustard, or warm it gently and serve over brown rice for a quick, joint-friendly lunch. The key is not to discard the bones. They're where much of the collagen lives. Some of you may feel unsure about eating soft fish bones, but once you try it, you'll notice they melt right into the meat. George, a 72-year-old former trucker from Ohio, wrote in saying, "I didn't think I'd ever eat bones, but now it's the one thing I tell my poker buddies to try for their knees." It's a simple change, but when we include foods like this regularly, they begin to turn back the clock, not in years, but in comfort. Bridge now for a misunderstood food that's finally getting the praise it deserves. 5. Chicken skin. Why it matters for senior joints. For years, chicken skin got a bad reputation. Many of us were told to peel it off, toss it aside, and fear its fat content. But here's the truth when prepared the right way. Chicken skin is one of the richest, most accessible sources of type Y collagen, the exact type our joints crave. This kind of collagen is especially beneficial for knees, hips, and shoulders. It's like patching up a worn-out cushion. You don't need to replace the whole chair. Just refill what's lost. As we get older and produce less of this collagen, joints become creaky and sensitive. Including natural sources like chicken skin can gently nudge that process back into motion. What makes chicken skin particularly helpful is how it delivers not just collagen, but also elastin and glycine compounds that keep our tissues flexible and hydrated. Glycine in particular helps rebuild cartilage and even supports better sleep. Something many of us struggle with after 60. Quick fact, a 2020 review in Nutrients Journal found that collagen-rich poultry skin can improve joint mobility and reduce morning stiffness when consumed regularly over 8 to 12 weeks. Practical tip: the best way to prepare it: skip the deep fryer. Instead, roast your chicken slowly or boil it in soups where the skin softens and releases its collagen into the broth. A family-style chicken soup simmered with skin-on cuts can become a comfort meal and a joint healer all at once. Linda, who we mentioned earlier, now makes a big pot of chicken soup every Sunday. She lets it simmer with ginger carrots and skin-on thighs. "It's the one thing that makes my knees and my heart feel warm," she said. So don't fear the skin. Embrace it with knowledge and moderation, because sometimes healing comes from what we used to throw away. Bridge. What if you could heal your joints with dessert ingredients? Chapter 4. Gelatin. Why it matters for senior joints. Now here's a treat from childhood that carries more healing than we ever realized. Gelatin. You might remember it from colorful Jell-O cups or holiday molds. But behind that wobbly texture is something quite profound. Pre-digested collagen ready for your body to use almost immediately. Unlike collagen from raw meat or fish, gelatin has already been partially broken down. That means it's easier for aging stomachs to absorb, especially important for those of us whose digestion isn't quite what it used to be for people with sensitive stomachs or anyone recovering from illness or surgery. Gelatin offers a gentle yet powerful path to joint recovery. Gelatin is rich in glycine and proline, two amino acids your body uses to build cartilage and tendons. A study from the University of California showed that older adults who consumed just 15 grams of gelatin per day, along with light exercise, saw noticeable improvements in joint flexibility and pain reduction within 6 weeks. Practical tip: you can stir unflavored gelatin powder into hot tea soup or coffee. It dissolves easily and has no taste. Or for a nostalgic and fun twist, make homemade gummies using a mix of real fruit juice and grass-fed gelatin. Keep them in the fridge for a sweet and healing snack. George, our retired trucker friend, started making orange ginger gelatin bites. Every week I eat them during my crossword, he says. And somehow my knuckles don't ache like they used to. Gelatin is especially helpful for joints that feel dry or grind during movement. It helps relubricate and rebuild the soft pads between bones, turning friction into ease. Bridge. Next up is a small fish with a mighty effect. 3. Sardines. Why it matters for senior joints. Sardines. These tiny fish often draw strong reactions. Either you grew up eating them on toast, or you've avoided them ever since you first opened a tin. But here's something worth knowing. Especially for us in our golden years, sardines are one of the most complete foods for joint health. Let's start with the obvious. They're fish, which means they come packed with omega-3 fatty acids, well known for reducing inflammation. But what's less talked about is how sardines are also rich in natural calcium phosphorus, and you guessed it, collagen. Unlike larger fish, sardines are typically eaten whole bones and all. Those tiny bones are soft and digestible, delivering a unique mix of minerals and type 1 collagen in every bite. They're also loaded with vitamin D, which helps your body absorb calcium more effectively and supports immune health. For those who spend less time in the sun, this is especially important. A lack of vitamin D can worsen joint pain and even contribute to bone thinning. Quick fact: a 2021 study from Spain followed older adults who regularly consumed sardines 2 to 3 times per week and found a 25% reduction in joint inflammation markers compared to those who didn't eat fatty fish. For seniors, managing arthritis or stiffness in the mornings. This kind of inflammation control can be the difference between needing help out of bed or rising comfortably on your own. Practical tip: if you're not used to sardines, start with boneless fillets in olive oil. They're milder and more approachable. Add them to crackers with a slice of cucumber or mash into an egg salad. If you can handle the full sardine, even better. That's where the bones and collagen are. Linda told us she used to avoid sardines until a friend made her a sardine and avocado toast with lemon and chili flakes. I couldn't believe I liked it, she laughed, and I felt less swollen the next week. Coincidence? Maybe not. So don't overlook this tiny fish. In one small package, you get protein, fat, minerals, and joint-soothing collagen. Bridge, feeling better. Let's take it one step further with this healing cup. 2. Bone broth. Why it matters for senior joints. Imagine a warm cup between your hands on a quiet morning. Steam rising gently. The aroma of comfort. That's bone broth. Not just a food, but a ritual of healing. For centuries, cultures around the world have used it to nourish the sick, strengthen the weak, and restore tired bodies. And now science is catching up to what our grandparents already knew. Bone broth is quite simply liquid collagen. When you simmer bones slowly over many hours, chicken, beef, or even fish, the collagen inside breaks down into a form your body can absorb, but it doesn't stop there. Along with collagen, you get glucosamine, chondroitin, calcium, magnesium, and potassium nutrients that lubricate joints, reduce pain, and even promote better sleep and digestion. What makes it especially powerful for seniors is how gentle it is on the gut. As we age, our stomachs produce less acid, which can make digesting protein or supplements harder. Bone broth, though, is already broken down, ready to be absorbed and used where it's needed most. Quick fact: in a 2019 study from Florida State University, older adults who consumed 2 cups of homemade bone broth daily for 12 weeks reported a 32% improvement in joint stiffness and morning mobility without any other changes to their lifestyle. Practical tip: you don't need to be a chef. To make bone broth at home, place leftover chicken or beef bones in a pot with water, a splash of vinegar to help extract minerals, and some carrots, celery, and onion. Let it simmer for 8 to 12 hours on the stovetop in a slow cooker or even in a pressure cooker. Strain and store in the fridge or freeze in small portions. Sip it warm like tea or use it as the base for soups and stews. For those with less time, there are excellent store-bought versions. Now look for ones labeled simmered 10+ hours and without added salt or preservatives. George says bone broth became part of his evening wind-down routine. "I'd drink it before bed with a little turmeric," he told us. "My hands don't throb at night like they used to." Bridge, and finally the secret food most seniors have never tried. 1. Beef tendons. Why it matters for senior joints. Let's finish our journey with a food that may surprise you and just might change the way you walk. Beef tendons. Not steak, not ribs, but the connective tissue that holds muscles to bone. For generations in Asia and parts of Europe, beef tendons have been used in soups and stews to support strength and recovery. And now we know why tendons contain the highest natural concentration of collagen of any food on earth. That's right, higher than bone broth, higher than skin or fish. And not just any collagen, but mostly type 1 and type 3, the types your body uses to build strong ligaments, resilient cartilage, and smoother skin. By eating tendon, you're feeding your body exactly what it's lost with age. When tendons are simmered slowly, they transform from rubbery and tough into soft, silky strands. Their texture becomes comforting, almost like gelatin, and their effect over time is nothing short of powerful. Quick fact, a 2020 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition followed older adults with knee pain. One group ate tendon-rich soups 3 times per week. The other group did not. After just 4 weeks, the tendon group reported a 38% drop in joint pain and a 30% increase in walking speed. Why such fast results? It's the density of collagen delivered in a form your body can use directly. Unlike supplements, tendon includes supporting compounds like hyaluronic acid and elastin, helping the collagen bind, stretch, and function better in your tissues. Practical tip: you'll often find beef tendons at Asian grocery stores, either raw or pre-cooked and frozen. The best method is slow simmering. Add tendon chunks to a pot with water, ginger, onion, and a bit of vinegar. Let it cook low and slow at least 4 to 6 hours. The longer it simmers, the more tender and more nourishing it becomes. You can serve it in a noodle soup over rice or chopped into a stew. Once you get used to its texture, you might find yourself craving it, not for the taste, but for how you feel afterward. Linda told us something beautiful last month. "I couldn't walk to my mailbox without holding the railing. Now, after a month of tendon soup, I walk to my neighbor's house and back. No cane, no pause. It's not magic, it's nourishment. And that's the message we hope you carry from this video. Your joints aren't worn out, they're undernourished. Tendons offer a way to refill what life has slowly taken away. It's not a miracle cure, but it is a mighty shift. One pot, one bowl, one bite at a time. Reinforce. This food could change your walk, your comfort, and your independence. There you have it. 8 foods that don't just fill you up, but rebuild you from the inside out. These aren't fads or trends. They're time-tested, science-backed ways to give your joints the cushion and strength they deserve. Even small daily changes, a handful of seeds, a simmering pot of broth, a few bites of tender tendon can open the door to movement, comfort, and confidence. You don't need to be young to feel strong again. Our bodies, even in their 60s, 70s, or 80s, are still capable of repair if we simply give them the right tools. So what will you try this week? Let us know in the comments. We read every one. And if this video brought you hope or clarity, consider subscribing. Because here we believe in growing older with strength, grace, and a touch of joy. Your legs and your life deserve another shot.